Hi guys, Dr. Wendy Dearborn here from the Laws of Attraction in Action, coming to you live from Facebook desktop. Now, this is my second time trying this. The jury's still out on this, and I'm not 100% sure, and maybe I need to update my equipment and yada 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 yada. But anyway, that being said, what I want to talk to you about today is simply this. It's important to understand the nuance when you are, because I believe I spoke about praying and affirming last week. Well, I'm adding to that equation, or adding on to this. It's vitally important that when you are praying, affirming, and visualizing, that you understand the nuance of visualizing of something, or praying of something, or affirming of something versus from it. And the nuance is absolutely huge. The nuance is huge, guys. I cannot even begin to tell you. It's like day and night. And both day and night are huge. But day and night have a relevance and a bearing in our lives. So that being said, from my blog that I will be posting. So what I really am going to do is insert this video into the blog. But that being said, how much time do you actually spend thinking about what it feels like to manifest what you are wanting in your life versus versus the struggles that you are having and experiencing to get it? Thinking from versus thinking of, and of course, how much, you know, look, guys, the nuance in thinking from versus thinking of is the difference between you getting what you want and you not having it. It's absolutely huge. It's the difference between you getting what you want and not having it. Now, many people I do know they work so hard, they're so diligently, and they're disciplined. You know, they have faith, they have belief, which faith is born of belief and belief is born of faith. And they have this, yet what they are praying for, what they're visualizing for, what they're asking for, what they are affirming for, it doesn't materialize. It just doesn't materialize. And this is where the nuances in life are huge. The nuances in life are huge. It's the difference between you getting what you want and not getting what you want. So why don't things materialize? And for those of you who know me, why is not a huge thing in my vocabulary. It does as an intrinsic coach. Why does absolutely nothing other than throw up in your face all the things that you haven't done. Typically it's not very helpful. But in this instance, why? Now, the answer to that question is the key to greater understanding. So attraction it boils down to this. It simply boils down to this. Understanding the powerful difference in the nuance found in of and from. This is why things that you are doing, this is why the affirmations, this is why the prayers, this is why the visualization, this is why the mantras, this is why everything that you were doing is bringing zero results in your life. It's the nuance that is found in between of and from. So there's another thing here that I'd just like to say. We have a tendency to complicate things in our lives. We truly do. We have a tendency to truly complicate things in our lives. And we complicate things in our lives primarily because we choose not to do our own due diligence. We choose to build our lives on what other people have told us. We actually work on the proviso that what we are hearing, what we're reading, what we're seeing, what we're feeling, even what we're smelling and tasting is true until it just so happens to be disproved otherwise. And truthfully, guys, if you are consciously wanting to utilize the natural laws, the spiritual laws, the universal laws of attraction, that's not a good recipe. Because if you want to use all the above, the universal laws, the natural laws, the spiritual laws of manifestation, if you want to use these laws, core to who we are, the central core of what it is that we need to do, our role in that process is to do your own investigation. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the book that you've read. Do you know there is no book that has ever been written that is the final word on anything to do with spirituality, anything to do with truth, anything to do with you utilizing your innate powers to get what it is that you want. There is no book like that, because we are always evolving. We are always understanding. We are always getting greater understanding. So the name of the game, guys, is that you truly need to do your own due diligence. And when you do your own due diligence, it will support you in knowing what is right for you. You know, I saw this cookbook. This is when when Borders was open. I saw this cookbook once, and it was called 1,001 Ways to Cook a Chicken. Well, there's 1,001 ways and then some for you to utilize the spiritual laws, the universal laws, the natural laws to get what it is that you want. There's 1,001 ways and then some. But you see, it's for you to find the way. It's for you to find the recipe. It's for you to refine what you have heard so it can support and help you to be all that you want to be and to get everything that you want to get in life. So guys, that being said, here is the difference between visualizing, affirming, and praying, which I spoke of last week. So here's the difference between visualizing, affirming, praying, and of and from. So listen up, guys. Number one, I'm visualizing myself drinking a glass of cold water and what it will feel like. I'm standing outside of self, watching self, just like in a movie, I'm watching myself. Number two, I've drunk the glass of cold water and I am now experiencing through visualization what it makes me feel like. This is B. And guys, bottom line, that's the nuance. When you are thinking of seeing yourself in your imagination drinking a glass of cold water, I'm visualizing or seeing myself drinking a glass of cold water, you are in the mode of, you are external to self. You are looking at self doing something. When you, as I said in B, have drunk the glass of cold water and you have engaged using your imagination, your five senses, to define how you feel about the water, this cold water that you've just ingested, you are now in the mode from. And you see, once you step into the mode from, by engaging your five senses, you know, it's like they talk about be the ball. You know, you're bouncing a ball. You're bouncing a ball. You have to become an extension of the ball. You can't just see yourself dunking the ball. You have to be dunking the ball into the net or hitting the ball, the golf ball, into the hole. You can't just see it rolling in there, but you have to physically see yourself, feel yourself, know yourself to be hitting the ball. You see, guys, and that is the nuance. And the nuance for some people is so slight, but it's huge. It's the difference between you being able to get what you want in life and or not. It's the difference between you praying from you have to pray from the end, knowing that you have it, not seeing yourself have it, but knowing that you have it. You have to affirm from the end, knowing that you have it, not affirming that you will get it. You have to visualize yourself from the end, seeing yourself with it, not visualizing yourself getting it. And that's the nuance. In many of the things out there, they'll tell you, see yourself in the car, start the car up, blah, blah, blah. No, feel your butt sitting on that leather seat in the car. What does that new car smell like to you? What is the new steering wheel? Nobody's ever touched this steering wheel. Is it leather? Can you feel it? Is it grainy? What does it feel like to you? Don't just see it. Become a living part of the movie that you are creating in your mind. So guys, I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. That's our weekly vlog. And I'm curious to see how this turned out, because I'll be inserting this or attaching the actual written portion of this to the bottom of this broadcast at some time today. So I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. You can find me at the Laws of Attraction in Action.com. And of course, you can find me right here on Facebook, Wendy Dearborn, and the Laws of Attraction in Action, the group and the page. So guys, until next time or next week, I'm going to see how this goes. And yeah, until next time, I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. Peace.